COVID-19 severely increased mask usage around the world and locally. What really is the impact of these disposable masks on our local and expanded environments and ecosystems?
The effect that the masks have had on our environment are complex. And the reason for that complexity has to do with the different ways in which these masks are interacting with the environment. So if a mask is disposed of correctly, then it goes into our regular municipal waste management stream. And from there, of course, because of the increase in the amount of garbage as a result of the increase in mask use, then the interactions that it has with the environment stem from just simply an increase in the number of single-use plastic type things being added to our municipal dumps and other waste management facilities. One of the things that we've noticed, though, is that there's been an increase in littering associated with the masks, which is different than going to the regular waste management stream. And we haven't seen an increase in banana peel littering, for example, or apple core littering. So it seems to be specific to personal protective equipment in the form of masks and gloves mostly, where I think people are unsure about how to dispose of them properly. And so this type of interaction with the environment is different than from the waste management streams, because it happens in places where the environment isn't used to handling this type of pollutant. And so we get things like entanglements with wildlife. And of course, as these things break down, it's introducing single-use plastics or microplastics into the environment.
Well, it's you can really see it across all of our communities. You drive down the street and you can see a disposable mask or a glove just lining the curbs, sidewalks, or the parking lots of stores. What is your recommendation on how to dispose of these? Is just throwing them in the garbage enough, or is there more than that's some people should be doing?
So right now, the municipalities are recommending that it go directly into the gray or black bin garbage stream with your regular garbage. There's no indication to suggest that we should be doing otherwise. Hospitals do process their masks using hospital waste management protocols where they are incinerated and things like this. So far, there's no evidence to suggest that we need to be doing that with our masks, and that the best way to dispose of them is through the normal garbage stream.
Do you know of any current efforts by any municipalities throughout our area that are starting up initiatives to help start disposing these PPE properly?
No, we're not aware of any, and I did ask around just to make sure. We're not aware of any current efforts. We do know that there are some community groups and NGO organizations in the United States that have started cleanup initiatives, and we don't know of any preventative initiatives as of right now.
So when people are getting vaccinated at the Cambridge Pine Bush location that's operated by Grand River Hospital here in Kitchener, when they swap out your masks for a clean one at the front door, they're asking that you cut the ear loops on your disposable masks. Does this help? And what is the issue if we don't?
Cutting the loop comes from when we were cutting loops on those plastic can holders, right? The ones to keep all the cans together, the different beverages. And cutting the loops obviously reduces the entanglement aspect associated with single-use plastic littering into the environment. The problem is that it can create another problem. So it does then sort of increase the degradation of that item into becoming a microplastic, but it'll do that over time anyway. So is it a good idea to cut or not? And it just becomes this like big question. I think if you're putting them into the waste management stream, there is less chance of it being introduced into the environment. So for example, 2% of single-use plastics are released from a proper waste management holding facility into the environment. And so, yes, if those masks, the 2% that will leak from our system, do have the loops cut, that would reduce entanglements with wildlife, for example. But I think our focus really does need to be on collecting those masks and ensuring that they are disposed of properly.
So, would say maybe a reusable mask help reduce waste, or is that more of a double-edged sword with having something that lasts longer?
That's right. So, yes, use reusable masks if you do not have any health concerns related to using them, and if you choose. So, we certainly don't. We're not saying that, single-use masks should not be used. They definitely should be used. They should be disposed of properly. And if you're comfortable using a reusable mask, definitely use it, and use it for a long time, right? We're actually starting to see an increase in littering of reusable masks, or sort of, introducing into the wild the reusable masks. They may not be lost deliberately. But the idea, of course, is on the front end, it takes more resources and lots of, energy and materials to make these reusable masks. So you want to make sure that you're using them for a long time, kind of like the balance with the single-use plastic bags, right? We want to use cloth bags, but we want to use them over a longer period of time.
So, in your opinion, what is the best mask to help reduce PPE waste, or is there any practice that would be um, well used as well?
So this is outside of my expertise, but what I do know is that a multi-layered reusable mask can help protect you from infecting others, right? And so I think that's what our current health units are still advising. And it would be important to check with them and to make sure that you get your updated information from them with respect to what PPE is going to protect you and others.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me about this. I really appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else you'd like to add about this topic?
Nope, thank you very much.